You know, a lot of you have been wondering just how smooth can I get at the University of Smooth? We have said before, we give you a bachelor's degree in being desirable. We do not have a PhD program locked and loaded, but if you stick with us for a while, you're gonna get there, absolutely. Starting a new sporadic series today on the University of Smooth, things that are mistaken for being desirable. Look at that cat just wreaking havoc in the background. That cat, he is engaged in attractive behavior. You know why? Because he doesn't give a fuck. What is confused with attractive behavior? A lot of things. We're going to start with the heaviest of those: virtue and morality. Whether you like it or not, being good has nothing to do with whether women want to fuck you. I'm not even going to say sad but true. There is no reason to emphasize that women should want to fuck virtuous men over unvirtuous men. We stand by the male protector algorithm here. It is the start and perhaps not the finish, but like 98 or 99.8% of all attraction stems from the male protector algorithm. If a woman looks at you, sizes your ass up on whatever dimension matters to her, and says, "I do not feel protected," you are out. It does not matter how good you are. It does not matter how virtuous you are. That may sound unfair. That may be unfair. We hammer it home because we want you to understand you cannot get your bachelor's degree in being a desirable, attractive man here at the University of Smooth unless you understand that virtue is unrelated to your sexual or relationship market value. You cannot be more desirable because you are virtuous. You must be attractive first. You must pass whatever test the male protector algorithm throws at you. If a woman does not feel protected by you, done. Doesn't matter. If you say she should find you attractive because you are a good person, ask yourself the last time that you stared at a woman's ass and then said, "No thank you," because you found out she lacked virtue. You don't do it, she doesn't do it. It's not so much that nice guys finish last, it's that shitty protectors finish last. And unattractive women finish last in the same way. This is reality. This is the reality that you live in. You did not have an opportunity to sign up for it, but if you fight it, it will fight against you. You cannot confuse virtue with being attractive. You cannot confuse virtue with being desirable. You may claim that being virtuous is more important than being desirable. You won't get any argument from me. I have never made a claim like that. I have never made a claim to the moral superiority to the content of this channel. This content is what it is. It reflects the world that you live in, whether you like it or not. It reflects the world I live in, whether I like it or not. If I'm going to enjoy the company of women, I have to be more desirable to women. Where does that leave virtue? I recommend that if you consider being attractive something that is important for you, whether it's a virtue or not, if you consider it something that is a value, something you value in your life, you need to be more attractive. Here is my recommendation. Build your own value. Build it amorally. Build it with no regard for morality. You can do that without becoming a horrible, sinning, irredeemable piece of shit. Yes, you can. Because immorality stems from belief and action. Those are not on their face inconsistent with being attractive. Being attractive means being the best possible protector you can be for a woman. Yes, women find murderous psychopaths very, very attractive. They still find men who are stronger than those men attractive as well. Then what do you do with virtue? Virtue is how you govern your value. I'll repeat that. Virtue is how you govern your value. You build your value amorally. You go to the gym amorally. You commit to your career amorally. You commit to building social relationships somewhat amorally. If you're going to exclusively confine yourself to a church, that's your choice. But even religious people I know have friends outside of their particular denomination. They like all people if they're excellent at building relationships. I recommend you do the same. You make your building of value an amoral endeavor, and then you govern your value with virtue. That is, when people come into your life that are inconsistent with your virtue, get rid of them. I mean, you don't have to be a dick about it, but you're basically saying, no, I have a moral standard that I want to adhere to, and you do not meet that standard. Whether it's a man, a woman, doesn't matter. Say, no, thank you. The kicker is, if you have value, other people will want to participate in that value. This is the irony of a man. Truly, if you lack value, it doesn't matter how good you are, people don't want to be involved with you. This gets back to the 48 laws of power. Appeal to self-interest. Even the most moral people, you'll have to appeal to their self-interest if you want to advance your cause with them socially. Do likewise. You can be virtuous and do that if you build value. What have we said? When you are attractive, then that's when everything counts. If you're a moral, perhaps even religious guy, if you have enough value, you know what? That girl who's into you, she'll be into your religion. That's the dynamic that God, if you believe in God, created for man. You have no way around it. You build attractiveness first, and then you govern that value with whatever your moral code is, and that will guide you. If you decide that morality is attractive, you are in for eternal frustration. I don't know about after this life. I can tell you this life will give you nothing but frustration if you confuse attractiveness with virtue or morality. You can separate the two and you can still live a virtuous life. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and follow You Have Smooth for more content.